Will Caesar become the target of the time-traveling humans? One of the most interesting elements in the Planet of the Apes universe is time travel. In the original movies, we saw how astronauts and even other primates traveled through time and fell into different time eras. But time travel in this universe has always been seen as an accident. The humans or primates who have succeeded have never been in control of their destiny. What would you think if I told you that humans could become the villains of this story? By using time travel to take down Caesar to prevent the Planet of the Apes? In this video, we will be talking about the time travel theory and Caesar, the destroyer of humanity. And for more Planet of the Apes related videos, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. To understand how exactly humans could become temporal villains in this cinematic universe, we must first remember that the theme of time travel has always been an integral part of the mythology of these films. Since the original 1968 film, the franchise has been built on the premise that time is not linear, and there are shortcuts and temporal paradoxes. This is demonstrated by the astronaut Taylor when he falls into a future dominated by hyper-intelligent apes, and later by Cornelius and Zira when they return to the past and alter the events that would lead to the emergence of that world. However, in the last three films, although interstellar travel is mentioned and its ability to transcend time is hinted at, time jumps take a back seat. The plot focuses more on linear events, leading to the human collapse and subsequent rise of the apes. Even so, in this trilogy, the ship Icarus is introduced, the one that originally transported Taylor to the future, dominated by apes. This intentional reference opens the door to return to this classic theme in future films, as we have mentioned in other videos. In Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we will see a young chimpanzee named Noah, who will try to stop the plans of Proximus, an ape leader who wants to use ancient human knowledge and technology to dominate and subjugate the other ape species under his rule. It is very likely that the spaceship Icarus, the one that in the past transported astronaut Taylor to a future ruled by apes, will also play an important role in this new installment. But I don't think they will repeat the same story we originally saw with Taylor. This theory proposes that we will see the return of the Icarus spaceship to Earth in this new saga, possibly at the end of the movie. Then, in a next movie, we could see how the Icarus spaceship is used, in the same way that Cornelius and Zira used it, returning to the past to warn about what happened. This would give them immense power, even allowing them to change past events. In that case, Caesar would become the humans' #1 target. After all, it was himself who unleashed the Ape Rebellion, which decimated human civilization. Humans could try to go back in time to prevent Caesar from ever leading the apes. One possible plot would be that the humans manage to rebuild and activate the Icarus and use it to explore the wormholes that allow time jumps. Eventually, they will master this technology enough to send an expedition to the past with the mission to kill Caesar when he is still a baby chimpanzee. Or perhaps the mission is to convince Will not to do his experiments and thus prevent the creation of the virus as such. But another interesting option would be to try to convince the young scientist, Will Rodman, to abandon his experiments with ALZ-112, the retrovirus he created to cure Alzheimer's disease, but which also exponentially increased the intelligence of apes. Will could be intercepted by a group of humans arriving from the ape-dominated future, who warn him of the catastrophic consequences of his studies with ALZ-112. They would reveal to him, for example, that if he goes ahead with his experiments, a worldwide pandemic will be unleashed that will wipe out humanity. Obviously, at first Will would not believe them, but these humans from the future could prove to him that what they say is true by sharing information that only Will knows at the time, perhaps predicting the future, or taking him briefly into the dystopian future to see it with his own eyes. This would be an interesting theme, to see Will having to choose between continuing his experiments to save his father, or choosing to save humanity. But while this theory is interesting, honestly, my opinion is that the time travel theme will be shown in a different way. Although the original films appear to have their own separate timeline, I believe that there are certain elements that should not be repeated, and that giving humans the ability to control time in this universe could lead to losing the essence of these films. I think it is very likely we will see Icarus in the next movies, and we will be shown time travel as well. But I don't think humans will get to control this travel. I think it will be shown how the Icarus spaceship falls back into this world, and possibly, the next movie after Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes will be one that pits these humans against the apes. Although I believe that time travel is necessary for the next stories, I think that care should be taken, because movies like those of Marvel didn't know how to control time travel well, and their stories on many occasions ended up not making sense. So if this element is brought back in the Planet of the Apes franchise, great care must be taken in how it is incorporated, establishing clear rules about its effects so that it does not lend itself to plot inconsistencies or illogical plots. It is a difficult resource to manage, but very powerful if done well. It allows the exploration of paradoxes, alternate realities, different outcomes, as well as the incorporation of classic characters interacting with new ones. Well implemented, time travel can refresh a series and open up the possibility of other stories. Poorly implemented, they can ruin even the best story, drowning it in contradictions. Let's hope that the Planet of the Apes universe knows how to handle this issue, and of course that the soul of these movies is maintained. But tell me, what do you think of the time travel theories? Should Caesar be killed off to avoid Planet of the Apes, or do you think this is inevitable? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.